finally watched Lovecraft Lovecraft Country. Um, I'm not finna sit here and act like I can name names, cause really I can't. Uh, but it's good. It's a great show actually. I wished I watched it when it was live. But waiting week to week is like just not what's up for me. Um, Dude, honestly, if you're into like sci-fi and horror, uh, gore horror, even magic, like a history stuff, uh, this is the show for you because there's a lot happening in this show. This show literally has something for everybody, and it's well acted. It's set. It's funny to say, but it's set in about the 1960s, 50s in Southside Chicago, my hometown, my area, Southside Pride. Go Sox, go Blackhawks, go Bulls. Just gotta throw that in there. Um, Go Bears. Yeah, my bad. Get me started. The Bears. Ooh, you know that feeling when the headache just comes? It's coming this way. You could feel it like wave over you. Oh my goodness, it is coming. Um, but oh, fuck. Yeah, damn, I lost my whole train of thought. But it's that setting, and it feeds off from the World War, and yeah, it's just funny because in one episode when he went to Korea, I believe, they were fighting. Yeah, they were fighting Japan. He went to Korea, met this girl, blah blah blah, and he was like, but she asked him, why wouldn't you want to go back home? And then he was like, well, I don't know if you know, but it's not safe there for people like me. He was like, what do you mean? She was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, it's not safe there for colored folks. And then she was like, huh? So I'm like, did all our BS teach other places to hate a certain race? Because that's messed up. If they had no concept of it, maybe because there's just not any black people over there, maybe that could have been the thing. Um, but it's like, that's crazy to think about. Like, we introduced them to racism. That's crazy. Um, but like, yeah, like she's a succubus demon fox, and like you learn magic, and in his blood is special because the slave owner had sex with one of the slaves, and then she ran away with the baby, and then it was like his great grandmother, like bruh, and then now like this chick now needs his blood to do this spell, and then and she's like she does display magic, like there needs to be a natural balance, and so she got people in comas, so like they could take the blowback of the magic, and then like she uses their blood to turn into someone else, and then dude, like literally she has a spell to turn someone into someone else by drinking like their blood potion. It's a blood potion, and literally shed their skin. And it's like, dude, this show is next level. There's one scene, it's a sex scene where they're going at it, and then boom, the time ran out on the potion. So she's shedding her skin while climaxing. And it is something I will never forget seeing. You can never forget seeing it. I hate the one character, Hippolyta. I hate her. Absolutely hate her. Um, I don't like her at all. She like her standalone episode felt like when Eleven ran away in Stranger Things. Like I absolutely hate her. Period. Um, Atticus is great. Great. They kept trying to make it seem like he was a bad guy. He really was not. Everything was about him. Because at one point, one of the characters was like, "You act like you're the center of the universe." He kind of is. This is all about him. This is literally all about him. And at the end of the episode, it was really all about him because it's his story. It so made me so mad. Like I get it, but it's literally about him. They the villain, she wasn't even a villain, but the antagonist. Oh, there you go, nice word. Needed his blood. They were like cousins too. It was crazy how ancestry works, but yeah, she needed his blood to complete a spell, and all this is happening because he's figuring it out. Like his father was his historian buff, and his uncle was in that world too, kind of. And yeah, it is all about him. It really is. I'm sorry. um, but yeah, the other character, Letitia Lewis, she was cool. I hated how she always marched head first into stuff, and then she took so many L's. I mean, it worked out after a while when she finally like got the help. But yeah, Atticus took hella L's too. I don't want people to think I'm just bashing women or something, bashing women characters and their decisions. Atticus took hella L's. I just liked him as a character because like he was vulnerable and they wasn't afraid to show it. And he wasn't afraid to show it as an actor how hurt he was by his father and the things that happened with his uncle. No spoilers. Try not to do my best with some stuff. No spoilers on that. And like then you come, you find out all this stuff about your history, just to have it like kind of try to kill you, and then all this is happening, and you still have prominent. What are you doing here? Inward racism, which is crazy because I remember being there and driving through certain areas with my mom in the car, and she would tell me like how segregated this place was very recently. At the time, it was like the '90s. I remember this from the '90s, and how bad the North Side was for Black people if you tried to go there. And then eventually, I moved up there on my own as an adult, and she was always like, be careful, be careful, like it's gotten way better, but still, be careful, and uh did notice some things while I lived up there. A couple exchanges with people, certain looks from people, and yeah, definitely not as bad as I know it could have been. Know it must have been for people back in that time period. But man, for sure, bro. Like that stuff is real. Like it's so ingrained, and then it sucks because for me to deal with it, that means it's being passed along by people, which is crazy to me. Like, how do you just pass hatred? Like, how do you pass hatred? Did you not watch Monsters Inc? Happiness is what fuels people and the cities and towns and your electric not electricity, but it's all about the happiness, not the screams, bro. But yeah, stuff is crazy. But Lovecraft Country, I don't want to get too deep into like where it comes from, but I don't even know. That's why I don't want to get deep in it. But Lovecraft Country, like I said, if you're into horror, you're into gore horror, you're into sci-fi, for sure sci-fi. You're into aliens, you're into like mythology, you're you're into biblical stuff actually. This is the show for you, honestly. This show is it's all over the place, but it makes sense. I've never seen a show that has all these elements and it just naturally comes together. And the way they ended it, I believe it'll be a season two because I want it to be a season two. But I don't see how there's a season two unless it continues without stuff. But almost spoiled. But I don't see how it'd be a season two. I want it to be, but also if it has all this sci-fi stuff, magic, you can't ever say it's over for these people. Nah, you can't ever say that because Do you believe in magic? I'm sorry. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Lovecraft Country. It is amazing. I'm gonna buy the season on Black Friday because might as well. We so close now. It's November 10th as I'm recording this. But please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back. Such a great show, man.